So let's go into our AP example. So this one's a little more complex and uses AI. Okay. So this would be an Agentic RPA workflow. It's kind of hard to see in these images. All right. Let's start over here and give the example. So on a daily trigger, this is how it's scheduled today for the demo. I need to go to my Entra and get my auth token so that I can query MS Graph. Okay. So just like if you're going to do this in Postman, or you were writing a curl script or a bash script, or curl code or bash script or PowerShell, same thing, right? You have body, you have headers, you're giving it a call. I do have variables in line in the code, which is one of the niceties of n8n. I'm sure all the other RPAs can do that as well. But if we take a gander.
What permission is this one using?
This, I'll show you in just a second.
Okay.
So this is just getting the auth token from my model tenant. So I have model tenant set as a variable so that if I exported this and imported somewhere else, we could just create a variable for the tenant. So this is going to get an auth token, which is going to be a really long string. And then I have it pointed to a very specific mailbox, my accounts payable demo, where I have filters on the graph query saying, I need the email to have attachments, and I want to expand the attachments because I'm going to grab properties from them. Okay. And then I'm passing that access token or the auth token from the step previously as the bearer auth on the HTTP request. So natively, the authentication is set to none, but when you do a get against Microsoft Graph, you have to have a bearer auth header. So this is what this looks like. Authorization, and then the word bearer, and then the token that you've gotten from the authorization. So once I have that, I need to send the token down one pipeline because I need it later. And then I need to split the array of attachments because I need to filter the array of attachments because signatures, pictures, show up as attachments. So if I'm looking for emails with attachments in the accounts payable, now you can really ratchet this down to a lot finer grained filter. But for my demo, I'm just looking for PDFs. So I'm looking for the content type of the attachment is equal to application PDF. Then using Graph API again, I'm going to create a SharePoint upload URL to where I need to store this to my end users. It's stored in Teams. We all know Teams is backended in SharePoint. And I'm passing a whole long string of variables to it because it's being built dynamically, right? So I'm sending it to SharePoint from the model side with the drive ID, specifically in this drive, in the shared documents, invoices, ingested folder. And then I need to get the name of the document to create the upload string, okay? So I do that, kind of moving down the pipeline. I need to merge the actual file, the PDF that I have, and the upload stream together. And I need to what I call chunk or break the binary apart, because if it's too big, you can't upload it to SharePoint in one file. So I chunk it into manageable sizes to get it to SharePoint. And then I upload the invoice on one side to SharePoint. And then I'm getting my auth token combined over here at the top to then move the mail message out of the inbox and into a subfolder called ingested invoices. So once it's been processed, I want it to be out of the inbox. On the bottom here, I'm using Mistral AI, which is a company, I believe it's out of France, that they do OCR really, really well. So I'm taking a model invoice, getting a signed URL, OCRing the PDF, and then I have some more JavaScript to do some string manipulation to break all the text apart into fields. Okay. Then I'm taking the moved folder from the top string and the results of breaking it apart. And in this case, I'm just sending a message. In a production workflow, I'm writing it to Fabric, I'm sending it to AX, I'm sending it to Dynamics, whatever, right? So first, we need to make sure that I don't have any voodoo set up. So here's my inbox for my accounts payable. I have an invoice for model. take a look at the model invoice. Don't know why the invoice isn't. There it is. Just took a minute. Oh, it opened 10 times now. That's great. So here's my invoice for model. And what my plan is, I'm going to parse it out who it's from, the address it's from, the website it's from, any accounts. Those are fake bank account numbers, just so I'm trying to steal my
Good thinking.
Yeah. Decided to swap that around. I'm going to parse out the routing and account number for direct deposit. Might need that later. I'm going to get the line item for the Windows 11 project for 30 hours at $225 an hour for $67.50. And I'm going to get the due date, right? So you could, and it is possible to write that parsing and handle all of the variable options with JavaScript, but that sounds like a lot of work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use Mistral AI. So I create an account in Mistral and give it my API key to get the OCR results of the file. Now, the last thing I wanted to do after I send an email that's invoiced and move the item out of the folder, I want it on Teams, quote unquote. So I'm going to show that we have an accounts payable team. We have files. I put it in shared documents, invoices ingested. It's empty. So let's run it. Let's see if our Agentic AI workflow can do the work. Zoom out so we can see it in all its glory. Okay. So let's first go check. It moved the message out of the inbox, moved it to invoices ingested. Great, great work. Now I'm going to go to Teams to back up a level because Teams can't understand that there's been a new invoice. Then I'm going to go look because it was binary. I need to make sure it looks the exact same, right? I'm moving base64 streams of data to SharePoint over a SharePoint upload URL. So I want to make sure that it actually renders. Looks good. And now I need to go check the email. AP successfully, hello, your invoice 4161 from model due on 9/25 has been processed. That's neat. But let's go look at the data. Uh-oh, I'm messing stuff up, Steve.
Oh.
Let's go look at the data that actually parsed apart, see if we got what we wanted. So I want to get the OCR results.
What's the security check that the invoice is not a fake one submitted by a fraudster?
That's all done in the Dynamics AX against a PO kind of thing, right?
Okay.
So you can ingest in the invoice, but when it goes to write the data, it's going to validate that it's an actual vendor and it's got a PO. So here's what it came in as. It came in as markdown code from the OCR process in an array of text in Markdown. And then what I turned it into was structured JSON of here's who it's from, here's the address, here's the web address, here's your bank, here's your routing number, account number, invoice number. There's no PO issued on there. The date that it was issued, the date it's due. And then because there's an array of items that could be an array, like the line items for Windows 11, if we had BitLocker work or something else under there, it would be in the array of items. So this one is Windows 11 migration project for 30 hours, $225 an hour, $67.50, and your total invoice is $67.50, right? So that is AI doing the work of OCRing the PDF to be able to process it down the pipeline.